Hello, boys and girls. It's Fog, and no, you're not imagining things. I thought today I'd give you a little peek behind the curtain at what goes in to make a Fog's World episode. This is something I've been kind of wondering how to do. Let's see if this works. We're kind of experimenting today. Well, as many of you know, I work on a Mac. And the reason I work on a Mac is because I do iOS development professionally. That's one of the things that I do. I actually wear many hats, but that's one of them. And what I'm working on here is a brand new, relatively high end iMac. Um, so that's what you're looking at. You're looking at my iMac desktop here. Obviously, I've sanitized things a bit. Um, Over here, this is Minecraft, of course. Now, I'm not going to run Minecraft like this. This is its default size. Instead, since I want to produce a HD video for you guys, I want to get this size to the right size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this guy up and I'm going to drag it right here. Boom. Now my Minecraft window is sized to 1280 by 720, which is exactly an HD window size. Now, for a while, I was working with Minecraft in full screen and then sizing it back down. But I find that this gives me a little bit better performance when working with my tool of choice, which is ScreenFlow, running right up here. See there, that's ScreenFlow. Now, those of you that are familiar with the Mac will know that my behavior to resize this window is non-standard Mac behavior. This is not normally what a Mac does. I'm running a little tool you can get through the App Store called Better Snap, which I highly recommend. I only just discovered this and I really, really like it. It lets you set up little snap areas, lets you do things like what you can do in Windows 7 and 8, where you drag to the side and it snaps to a given size. So, pretty slick stuff actually. There's where it kind of falls over, as if you accidentally resize your window yourself, then it kind of falls over, but that's okay. It's a very nifty little tool. Only cost me a couple of bucks and it's well worth the expense. Over here on the right, I have a little Evernote window. And this is my notes. I've been working on the storage facility and I've been taking notes here. I'll bring this up to a size that you might possibly be able to read after I resize everything. So there you go. These are some notes about things that I'm going to put in chests and where. I'll leave that up there for a minute. Let's go into Minecraft. So over here, this is Fog's World. I've got a backup copy down here just in case I make some crazy mistake. Let's go into, whoops. Let's go into Minecraft. And we'll hit escape here to let some of the world load. This way it doesn't stutter quite as much. We don't have quite as much frame dropping. And then we'll go back to game. And here we are in the garden area down below. Now, on your screen right now, this looks like a tiny window, and that's of course because I have a very high resolution display. This is actually this is double the 1280 by 720 in each direction. So this is four. I could fit 4 of these screens on this monitor. But for you guys right now, we're going to keep it small so that you can see how this works. And we'll come down here. This is the storage room. I've been working on the storage room a lot lately, and I've got almost the entire top level done, as you can see. I'll give you a better look at this in a second. Let's just capture a little bit of video, and I'll show you how the editing process works, and then we'll get into a regular Fog's World episode. Oh yeah, listen to those slimes. You know, I took measures to get rid of them. But this is all slabbed in the hopes of preventing slime spawning. But obviously there are some spots where they can still spawn. So anyway, let's go ahead and stop this. So I'm going to stop ScreenFlow so that this will go into the ScreenFlow editing environment. And then I'll start it up again so you can watch me do a little bit of editing. Alright, here we are in ScreenFlow. This is the first little bit of stuff that I've captured. We've got our timeline down here. You'll notice that I know this is going to be really, really hard for you to see because when I shrink this down to 720, it's going to be almost illegible. So I'll do my best to explain what's going on. I'm only going to be here for a little bit anyway. You can see I've got two tracks here. I've got a microphone track and I've got what I've captured in game. This is all the game sounds and game video. And I could scrub around here like this. There you go. Now ordinarily what we would do, here I'll go ahead and grab this. I can tell from my microphone track that this is about where I started, so let's make sure. Hello boys and girls. Yep, indeed, that's my start. And I can do things like I can change the volume of this independently. We had a lot of slime sounds, so I'll go ahead and duck that volume down to 33%. So now when we get to the slime part, so preventing slime spotting, but you can see obviously there are some spots. We don't hear much of the slime sounds now over my voice because I've ducked down the game sounds to about 33%. I usually duck the game sounds here in ScreenFlow rather than ducking it in my game, because that way I can actually hear if anything sneaks up on me. All right, well, another thing that I would ordinarily do, which I'm not going to do for you guys, or I'm not going to leave it permanent on this little section, is ScreenFlow, you'll notice, captures the entire screen. It gets the entire desktop. It uses a progressive capture method, that progressive compression, so only the parts of the screen that are changing are actually being stored to disk, which keeps those files kind of manageable. But it does capture the whole screen. So actually one advantage of doing this in my target size up in here of 1280 by 720 is that I'm storing fewer bits on the disk while I record, and so my recordings take up quite a bit less space. So if I go ahead and hit this little button down here, this is the canvas size. I can change the canvas size to 1280 by 720 like that, and I can zoom this in here. Well, I hit apply first. Zoom this in, and then take my game window, put it right there, maybe do a little bit of tweaking to make sure that it's exactly fitting where I want it. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so there we go. So now I would have this down to the size that I want it to be. And then I could do things like come over here and add a text box like that. I can take my text box, move it onto the screen where I want it to be, things like that. And I can, play around with how long it is on the timeline, do all my editing, do my cutting and slicing and dicing, and everything works great. So that's a real basic peek behind the curtain. I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and I'm going to reset this size to full. Well, I'll do that later. I'll do that off camera. So, yeah. At this point, you've seen behind the curtain. So now let's go and actually do a regular Fog's World episode. All right, well, I'm back. Well, hopefully you found that interesting. So let's take a look at the storage room. The storage room has been coming along. I showed you my little list on the side there that I'm looking at. This is the result of that list. These are the initial sorting boxes and the things that I'm currently sorting for right now. I've deliberately started with things that are actually produced in the garden area so that I have a place to throw all of those things, let them all slough off into the rivers and lakes, and they'll show up here. So I have seeds and wheat and carrots and potatoes and cactus from the cactus farm, roses and ingots from the golem farm, the iron golem farm. And then from here, I'm trying to group things together in ways that make sense. So here I have all the iron and the rest of the ores. Here we have emeralds. Don't have very many emeralds at the moment. I'll have to go upstairs and get a bunch and toss them in. Diamond. Yeah, we got a few diamonds. We even have some diamond blocks, although they're back in the sorter mostly. And yeah, we got some coal. I haven't moved a lot of things down here. So now here, this is something that I'm doing kind of that you might find interesting. This is actually a double chest of netherrack. Right now it's mostly empty, but it'll fill up the bottom one first, and then once this is full, it'll start filling up the top one. And I'm going to show you how all this is plumbed. And let's go do that right now. We'll go take a look at the plumbing. So now you saw me build this last episode. Since then, I've kind of worked out a bit more of the method of how I want to do this. You can see that I've started with that, and now I'm just repeating it. Although for most of this, I'm actually using half slabs because A, it's a little more economical, and B, it lets me put this little, I'm using this little half slab runway or catwalk to get around everywhere. And that way I don't really have to worry if I've made a mistake lighting things up, because this being all half slabs, nothing's going to spawn on it. So you can see here these are the hoppers that are delivering all of the items, and each of these hoppers comes down over some of these sorters right in here. And let's take a look. Yeah, here we go. This right here, this is my netherrack chests. So I have a pair of netherrack chests. So the way I'm doing this, ordinarily with this guy, I would have this be the valve right here. This is the sorter, and this guy would point straight into this chest normally. So in order to do the double chest, all I have to do is add a second hopper underneath pointing into there. This sorting valve right here still works just as it would anyway. So here we have the filter, and this detects when anything falls into the filter and opens up the valve and allows things to flow down into this chest. But because there's a hopper right beneath the valve, if this valve is open, then this guy's going to take from here. Yeah, this guy down here can take from this hopper and begin to fill this chest. If this chest ever fills up, then it's going to backflow a little bit into this hopper, which is fine. I mean, if I've got a full chest of materials, I don't really mind having things back up into the hopper so much. It's not like I'm going to run out of stuff. So all these things will backflow into the hopper if this is full, and then once this hopper is full, this hopper will stop pulling from this hopper, and so this hopper will be able to push into this chest. And you can see I've done a couple of them like that. Like I think this one, yeah, this is smooth stone, but it's not full. I had one that was filling up. I think it's this one. I think this is cobblestone. To be careful not to walk off the edge here. Yeah, see, this hopper's full, or this chest is full of cobblestone. This hopper has backfilled completely with cobblestone, and then now we're filling up in this chest here. Now, if I were to start taking things out of this chest down here, you see it immediately begins to fill up from this hopper. Right? And now, if anything else comes through the filter, it's going to flow down, just as before, down into this hopper, and this hopper is going to start filling up. Eventually. You can see, there it is. It's filling up again. So let's put the rest of our cobblestone in there and watch this chest fill. Oh, that didn't take long. Oh, yeah, here you go. So there are the hoppers backfilling. And it looks like it hasn't quite filled up, but that's okay. Oh, I still have some cobblestone, that's why. Okay. There you go. Now that it's full, the rest of it gets routed here. So there you go. That's the way the sorting system works. Here we are at the end. I need to build a couple more sorters. So let's see. The way I'm doing that is we come in here, we put a chest there, a hopper there pointing into that chest, a hopper here pointing into that chest. And actually, I got to remind myself, what am I sorting here? So what's this guy? This guy is ice, so I'm going to go and look down over here on my list. Hold on a second. I'm looking on my list in Evernote here. Evernote, by the way, is an awesome tool. I highly recommend that everyone get it. Oh, so the next thing on the list is actually gravel, and I wanted gravel to be a quad chest. So that means I don't need this hopper. Instead, I need to put a hopper there. So this guy goes pointed into there, and for now, I'm just going to point this hopper off into nowhere. That's okay. It's still going to work. Let me go down and get that hopper that I dropped because, you know, hoppers are a little expensive. I don't really want to lose those. And we'll go back up. I've had to climb this ladder so many times. I fall off and yeah. Okay, so let's see. I want some redstone on my bar. We'll leave the items off. I do want some comparators, and I want some repeaters. And now I've got the materials that I need. Oh, except I'm getting hungry. So let me take a quick break, and we will eat a little snacky poo. Okay, here we go. So we've got this guy here. Now we need to get the sorter in place for this guy. And it's been a couple of days since I did this, so let me real quick refresh my memory. Got it. Okay, so this guy is the valve, right? So he needs a redstone repeater. And then we're going to put a couple of these guys here. And we're going to do this like that. And we're going to put another repeater here and redstone. Now, if I had built the second valve here, I could save one repeater. So, you know, if I'd built the double valve here instead of there. But all my chests are set up for double chesting right now. You see I've put one chest there and two there. That's because this would be the first sorting valve and this would be the second. And I'm too lazy to go and change them all around, so I figure I'm going to go ahead and burn the extra repeater. I got lots of redstone. I don't mind. So, anyway, so we get this. This is the valve part. This is the part that's going to keep that from going. So then I can just hop up here, and I can place my comparator right there, turn that on. Don't forget to add those two. And then put two right here. And a redstone torch. And now this one's done. Now all I have to do is come in here. Let's see. I want to get... Oh, I don't have any iron ingots. Hold on. Slacking. Need to carry some iron ingots with me. Let's go get those ingots. Got lots of ingots. The iron farm, of course, is working like gangbusters while I'm sitting here doing this. So now I've got my iron ingots on me. We can continue this. So the next step is to get a couple of mine carts, actually 4. So we'll go down here, and I want 1, 2, 3, 4 mine carts. That's a little rapid crafting tip because it's going to craft as many of these as it can when I hit shift click on the mine cart. If I only have 4 ingots there, I'm only going to get 4 mine carts. And of course I don't have any gravel on me either. Let's go get some gravel so that I can finish building the sorter. Gravel, where's all my gravel? I've got lots of gravel. The question is, which chest did I put it all in? Here we go. We'll just grab a few. I don't really need more than a single stack to build one of these, but I wanted the other stack so that I can show you how this works. Okay, so the sorter's right up there. This is the filter. So we're going to put a thing of gravel there, and we're going to shift click in 4 mine carts, and it's going to immediately start filtering. And this will all be filtering down into that bottom chest. There we go. And if I get a little closer, yep, there you go. Oops, obviously I've had some grass blocks get filtered into there. Where do the grass blocks come from? That's interesting. I don't know where they came from. Did I mess up my filter into my grass block area? Let's double check that. Let us check that. Let's see, what are you? fall off here. Okay, that's ice. And this one should be... Oh, we're good. So if I put this up in here, it should all come down through there. Right? Let's go and watch that filtering. Doo-doo-doo. Oh yeah, it's working fine. I don't know what the problem was. Okay, so now, as a little shortcut, I can come in here, I can put my gravel up here. This is going to take a little while for it to work through the system, because it's got to go through a lot of hoppers to get over to here. So it's going to take a few minutes, and not only that, but it's going to be a little bit backlogged by all these grass blocks. So pretty soon we should see this gravel start to fill in. Let's see what happened to all of those guys back here. No, they all drained. They all drained. Okay, oh, there we go. We got our first gravel coming through. Oh, and yeah, you can see this light turned off. That means this sorter is currently functioning. So if we come over here, gravel goes right here. Yep, there it is. So let's take one of these guys out. Actually, let's take two of these guys out. Okay, so we've got two gravel, and we've got a couple of item frames. And we're going to go there, and put our gravel right there to label it. And then we can just take our chest, put a chest right there, and now we're done. Now we have our gravel sorter. Okay, so let me see. What's the next one? The next one is a normal sorter. So let me go down. What comes after the gravel in my list? Oh, yeah. Okay, I don't have those handy, so for now we're not going to do those. But I will walk you through building it. Let's see, do I have enough slabs? I think I know I don't have enough hoppers. Let me get some materials. I will be back in a second. Alright, I got some more materials. Let's go ahead and do this thing. Okay, so here's the way this works. Put a slab up there just so that I have something to hang this hopper off of. Continue our hopper line over these guys. Like that. Now, eventually I'm going to run another hopper line from here right down to there, down to the next level, and then I'll build these back the other way. We'll build another row of all these filters going the other way and wrapping around. So they'll go over to here and then down a level and back and around counterclockwise, down a level and then around clockwise and so on. But for now, we're just going to do this one. Okay, so this one we're doing going to do clay and end stone, which I don't have a whole lot of on me right now, but we'll go ahead and pretend I do. So we put a couple of these guys here, put this guy facing down into that hopper, put a hopper facing into those stairs. Those are stairs, of course, just to remind you, those are stairs because we've got to be able to open this chest, right? So that's why those are upside down stairs. All right, so now we've got this in place. Now we just need to build this guy. 2, 3, and this guy would come out of here. 1, 2, 3, and then in. But because I don't want to put a redstone block in there, because this is going to be my wall to get in and out of here, I'm going to actually build it from the back instead of from the front. So this guy needs to come to there, and he'll come from here like this. Now the downside is I can't get through there. Well, problem solved, eh? Give me one of these. Put you there. Right. Okay, so now we've got those guys in place. Now we need to do this. So this guy, we're going to go like this and like this. Notice how I have to bridge over. That's because there's nothing there for me to hang this top slab off of. Now, if I were being ultra efficient, I might remove that slab, but what's the point? Okay, so there we have all our low-level slabs. Now we just need to put in our repeaters. We're going to have a repeater there, and a repeater there. And let's put Put you there. Redstone, redstone. Shift click a pair of these guys here. Now we have the first level in place. Put those there. Where is my comparator? There. Another comparator there. Now we put a couple of slabs in. One there and there. And one there and there. And we need a couple there and there. And finish it off with those guys. And now everything here is built except we haven't set up the filters. So let's go ahead and set up the filters. Let me see. What was I doing? Clay and endstone. Let me go get some clay and some endstone. I think I have some just right here. Okay, there's some endstone. Yeah. And do I have clay too? Yeah, very little bit. But you know, I only need one. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't want the balls. I want the blocks for this. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I do. Maybe it will. For now, we'll do this for now. I might change my mind about how I organize these. Oh, and I'm short. I'm short an item frame. Where did all my item frames go? Well, we'll worry about that later. Okay, so we come back into here. We're going to set up our filters. I need, click right there. I need some of you. And I don't want that many. I only want 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have just enough room for them. Okay, get all my ingots back. Perfect. And so let's see. The first one was clay. Actually, I'm going to change this. I'm going to put endstone first. Now you'll notice I don't have enough endstone to get this to actually start filtering. That doesn't matter. All it takes is one right there, and I've built a working filter. It just won't start flowing down into this chest until I've got more than about 40 in there. And same here. We'll go ahead and put our clay in here. I only have one, but that's all I need. And then we'll go ahead and put my one thing that I have there. And boom. There we go. All right. So there you go. That's how that's working. You can see I've kind of refined the process a bit by now, and eventually I'll close all this up and pretty it up and all that. So, wow. I imagine we've pretty much eaten up most of our time now, but I want to real quick do a couple of things. First of all, let me show you. I did fix this. It wasn't hard to fix. It didn't wash out as much as I feared it might have. So fixing that wasn't difficult. But let's also come back here because we need to fix this again. This guy has been difficult. This guy is once again broken. Thank you, Mojang. Appreciate it. Not really. Okay, let's go do some hacking back here. We're going to have to fix this. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to mount that switch right there anymore. Makes me sad. Really makes me sad. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, we have stuff back there. We have to figure out a way to fix this. Now I had put together a fix for this. Oh, I have to be careful. I can't go back in there too far. Yeah, because that's the switch. Oh, no, that's just the power. That's just power. Okay. Well, I still can't go in there too far. Okay, this guy is going to come off of here, and he's going to come back here, and we're going to have him go into this. No. No, no. This is what we're going to do. Put him into here. like this, and I will put a repeater there. And let's get a light in here so that I can seal it up and not worry about things spawning. Put it right there. Yeah, so we'll put a repeater there. This guy's going to backfeed into here, over to here, and he'll be one way to turn him on. Now I think this is going to work. Whoops. I worked this out before. And I can't remember what I did. But I think that's it. I might have to do this. I think that was 2 and 4, and this guy's at 1. I think that's right. Well, we shall soon see, right? But I think this is the correct amount. And then we need to put our button right here now. And this should give us, let's see, that's going to be 5 ticks of lava right there. Whoops, no, it didn't. Why didn't it not work? Why did that not work? Huh. So that starts you, and that's going to turn you on. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember why. Yeah, because I need a pulse. It's not, yeah, okay. So, yep. Okay, so here's what we need to do. I need to get a piston. Do I have a sticky piston here? I don't. Let's go up and get a sticky piston. Yeah, I have to put a sticky piston there because what I need is I need a short pulse. If it's on, left on, it won't toggle. That's so the thing that broke, just let me explain what broke here. The thing that broke is the way that used to work is it depended on a principle whereby things by dispensers would fire. A dispenser that was powered would fire whenever there was a redstone update in the vicinity. And that's how that used to work. You would power the dispenser, it would dispense its lava, and then a few ticks later there would be a redstone update that would cause it to fire again. And I have a piston and I have some slime balls, so I have what I need. Actually, I could be cheap and not spend the slime balls. It doesn't really have to be a sticky piston. I could use a regular piston in sand or a regular piston in gravel if I wanted to. That would work just as well. But I prefer to use the sticky piston, and I've got so many slime balls that it's not like it's a resource problem for me. So we're going to just do sticky pistons, because that way I can use any block I want. I don't have to be sticking to just sand or gravel. Okay. So yeah, it used to work because it would detect that redstone update, right? And that would cause it to fire a second time. Well, now things that are powered, dispensers that are powered, no longer are going to respond to the redstone updates. Curse you, Mojang. And so I have to do it a different way. I have to basically split a pulse, which is what this is doing. This is a pulse splitter. I'm going to get a single pulse right through here, and this is going to cause the piston to fire, right? This, when I push the button, this will turn on, cause the piston to fire. One brief pulse will get through to that repeater and this repeater before the piston is fully extended. And this pulse will go in at tick 1, and then 1 tick after this fires, this guy gets a pulse and will fire off the lava, and then 6 ticks later, it will fire again to retract the lava. So here I'll show you this in operation here. There you see we get the quick double tick. Just like that. Let's go ahead and close this up now that we know it's working. Come on. And got you. Good. Yeah, we'll do that. Sure, why not? Put you here. Boom, boom. And put you there. Oh, and now, of course, it doesn't work. What's the difference? The difference is that this guy's getting powered by that guy, and we don't want that. So let's try it again. What? What? What are you doing? What did I do? Why? Oh, it's because the button was right in front of that. We can't have that. Well, there's numerous ways that I could solve that. What would be the best one? What would be the best one? Maybe to move the sign. Yeah, let's move the sign. Okay. Gosh. Just being difficult, you know? Let's see, I think I can get away with doing this. I don't think this will interfere with anything. Maybe. Maybe it won't. This guy is gonna... Yeah. No, I think we're okay. I think we'll be okay. So let's get rid of this sign. And we've got some redstone back there already. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Close this up. Put our button here. Now it's working. Okay, let's put our sign in. Zombie. Oh, I want to do on the second line. Zombie softener. There we go. Zombie softener. Boom. And this is the killer. And let's make sure we've got the timings right. So we'll get a zombie in there. Hello. Come get me, Mr. Zombie. Is there no zombies spawning back there? Usually that's instantaneous. Usually that happens instantly. Yeah, there we go. This time we got one. Here he comes. Hey there, little guy. Come over here, you muppet. Come on. Quit fighting the current, you loser. This should still work, by the way. And it does. Okay. So, come on. Come on. We're going to have a great time over here. You're going to love it. This is going to be like your favorite thing ever. And don't die on me. Don't die. Nope, he's good. One punch. Bingo! All right, it's fixed. Well, guys, that's definitely all we have time for today. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. It helps people find me. I appreciate that. If you didn't enjoy it, don't hit the button. That's fine too. It's okay. And if you want to see more and you aren't already, please hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you be a regular visitor here in Fog's World. And until next time, I will talk to you all later.